Meditation. Good, bad? Obviously good. But why am I talking about meditation? Let's find out. Hello again, part three of these cheeky life hacks. So, let's get into it. Meditation. I think we all know and can understand and believe and all that good stuff that meditation is known for it being a good thing. It's kind of taking time out, it's relaxing, getting your mind and soul together and aligned, etc.
As you breathe into this pose, remember I have a new relaxation tape of me making ocean noises.
Why is it so important? Well, I think in today's very, very busy world, we are bombarded with so many things. Like I said yesterday with social media stuff, yeah, there's lots of influences. There's TV, there's film, there's media, there's everything. And personally, I just have this constant sort of
noisy chatter and things going on, different ideas and stuff. Bang, bang, bang.
If you know me well, you know I'm constantly like
very, very kind of manic kind of mind going on.
And so if you're like me, or even some of that, just stuff going on, you constantly, whether it's worries or excitement, whatever, but it's just constant stuff. And it might be sort of kids in your life, with your parents, or just work pressures and all that. So there's just stuff going on. And being able to take some time out away from that noise, chatter, however you want to call it, is a really good thing and a really healthy thing, not just from a mental health perspective, but also physically as well. It gets rid of stress and just kind of physically it's going to make you feel better. I think the challenges that a lot of people have who've maybe tried meditation and then didn't really work is the fact that it's always sort of put, okay, well, you know, sit down somewhere quiet and just concentrate on your breathing. And one of the classic things that's said is empty your mind. Now, if you've ever tried doing that, you probably found it's just impossible to sit there and empty your mind, because the more you try and empty your mind, the more you think about stuff, and then generally after sort of 5 minutes of doing that, you've got more things going on and you just stop, because it's like, oh, you know, I can't get into this. So then there's various ways of taking it forward, whether you listen to music or like a guided meditation. There's like a million on YouTube, there's a million apps, there's so many resources you can get. Headspace is a great app, I think it's like a free portion of it. It's that approach is often a bit flawed, and it's an approach that I've sort of come across a few months ago, maybe even a year ago. It's one that sort of now makes sense a little bit easier for people who kind of find it hard to meditate and find it hard to kind of get into that state. So there's the whole kind of sitting in the lotus position, you know, forget all that. Ideally sit, to be honest, because if you lie down, there is the danger of just falling asleep. Now, that's good because obviously that means you're relaxed, but it's not sort of calming the mind in the way that you're supposed to be. So sitting down is better. You still may fall asleep, but you kind of got your spine straight, and that's sort of a better way. Now, you can sit in a chair, sit on the floor. It doesn't have to be cross legs. The main thing is, as long as you're comfortable, because there's nothing worse than sitting there and getting a bit, oh, this is hurting my back, or, you know, my sort of, oh, I need a cushion. You know, get somewhere that's comfortable, that you're sitting, that you can sit for the length of time that you've got to put towards the meditation. That's the one thing, just be comfortable. Even if you're sitting on the bed, leaning against the headboard, totally fine. But, you know, sit comfortably. If you've got loose clothing, all the better. You know, don't want anything that's too tight and constricted. You want to be nicely comfortable and unconstricted and unrestricted, so you can just, you know, relax. That's the whole point. You're relaxing your mind and body. The thing that I kind of learned recently was close your eyes and just nice, not too deep, but just normal breaths. But sort of concentrate on your breath. Okay, so when you got your eyes closed, you're like, you can easily concentrate, you know, one breath, that's fine. But what happens is you start just concentrating on your breath, and, you know, not too slow, but not too normal, if that makes sense. But then once you just start doing that, your mind starts to wander off and start thinking about, oh, I've got to get some chicken for dinner, or I must remember to put air in the car tires, and blah blah blah. You know, your mind starts to wander off in its own direction, as it naturally does. If you're then trying to go, no, stop thinking about stuff, just think about the breath, that's where it all goes wrong, because you're then actively thinking about not thinking.
Say what?
But that means you're thinking, if that makes sense. So you're kind of in that sort of horrible domino effect of thoughts, and that makes the chatter even more. The best way around this, and this is amazing and it's so simple, is just accept that these thoughts are going to be there. You know, you've got so much stuff going on in your head. All these thoughts are going to be there, full stop. So just concentrate on your breath and thoughts will just come in. Just let them happen. Don't sort of focus on that thought. Oh, I've got to get chicken for dinner, put air in the tyres, whatever. But just let that thought come and go. But don't pay attention as such. Just, it just happens. But just sort of then just keep coming back to your breathing. And what you'll find is by just letting those thoughts happen and not being sort of annoyed or angry that you're thinking about stuff, and just keep coming back to your breathing, after a while those thoughts will sort of gradually quieten down. And it's bizarre, it's such a simple thing, but yeah, just let them happen. They're gonna happen. Or if you're in a room and it's not particularly sort of soundproof, like no rooms are, and you hear a train go past or a car hoot or something like that, or someone talking in the next room, just let that happen. Don't try to shut it out. Don't try and put in a big effort to kind of blank those things out. Just accept that they're happening, and then sort of, okay, that's happening over there, and then come back to your breathing. And then that noise, and come back to your breathing. And the more you kind of accepting and letting those things and sounds happen, the more they sort of disappear. And you keep coming back to your breathing, because rather than fighting it, you're letting it go in good old Elsa fashion.
Don't let them in, don't let them see.
However much time you've got to do this meditation, whether it's 5 minutes or an hour, really doesn't matter, but just taking that time, because just sitting still and just breathing for 5 minutes is a good amount of time. 5 minutes is not a short time. If I said, okay, let's just wait 5 minutes, it's quite a long time. And just having that calmness and that quietness in your mind and that relaxation of your body for that, just that 5 minutes, is an amazing feeling. When you stop, if you set an alarm or however you're going to sort of do that in the time when it's finished, you'll feel so much calmer, so much more sort of detached from any sort of worry thoughts or thoughts that were going on. And it's also because you've just accepted those noises, those things are going on. They're just there. You're not trying to get rid of them, because they're there anyway. Very similar to E plus R equals O, event plus reaction equals outcome. Those thoughts are going to be happening, those noises are going to be happening, the trains, the cars, the people. That's going to happen. You can't change that, that's there. So just accept that. That's going to happen. And how you react to it will determine the outcome. So if you don't react, if you accept they're there and go, okay, there's a noise, there's a dog barking, whatever it may be, and just keep coming back to your breath, your mind is going to be like, okay, well, he's not paying attention to these things, they're not really sort of important, so I'll shut them down. And even though the noises carry on, you'll be noticing them less because you're back to your breathing and you've accepted that they're there. If you're fighting against something, you're focusing on it, which is the exact opposite of what we want. So we're not putting any focus on those sounds or those thoughts that are going on. Just, they're there, they're happening, back to the breathing. And another one pops up, just, okay, back to the breathing. And the more you do this, the easier it gets. And said, if you're 5, 10, 15, 20, 1 hour time, but almost by the end of it, you're completely zoned out because you've accepted stuff and it's just there, but you've removed your focus from it. And that will give you an amazing kind of calmness, clarity. Physically, you'll feel refreshed, you'll have focus on whatever you're going to be doing next. It's an amazing feeling when you come out of that and you're just... For those of you who have maybe tried meditation and like, it doesn't really work for me, I recommend an app like Headspace. No sponsorship or anything like that, but even just without that, just basically sitting down and just accepting those noises, those thoughts happening, just keep coming back to your breathing. Even if you only got 5 minutes, I guarantee you will feel so much better. And then you can fit that in maybe once a day, twice a day. Ideal time is like just as you wake up and just before you go to bed. If you can fit one in the middle of the day, happy days. And you'll be much sort of calmer, just together, focused, and it's all Gucci. So hopefully you got some value from this. If you have, as always, hit that like button so it's nice and blue, and subscribe if you haven't. I do appreciate every single one of you who have and supported me doing this, and said hopefully you're going to get some value, and I love giving value with these things. So this is the third episode in 3 of sort of life hacks. So I hope you have enjoyed these, and yeah, let me know in the comments if you've tried meditation, has it worked for you, if you're going to try it. And for now, I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye. Thanks again for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do so down here, and check out my other video down here. Remember, live your best life and profit from that passion. See you next time. Bye bye.